Good evening and welcome to TAPP Talk Live. This is number 4 and you're very welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight what we're going to do is talk about how to save money and avoid using plastic bottles. My name's Phil Richards and I'm from TAPP Water here in Malta, and TAPP Water does eco-friendly and effective water filters that you can either fit to your tap, or in fact we also have a jug filter, and this allows you to save money and also reduce plastic. So I started TAPP Water in Malta in 2020, and I did this because I bought a tap water filter and I liked it so much that I contacted the company and asked them if they would like me to distribute it here in Malta, because I figured it would work here. I bought it and used it for a couple of months and I just thought it was great. So here we are tonight, and I'm going to go through some numbers with you, and we're going to look at how to save money by never buying plastic bottles. But first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the 2,000 households in Malta that are currently using tap water filters. 2,000 households means that every year we are eliminating 2 million plastic bottles from the waste stream and from our environment. That's a huge saving in CO2 emissions, 500 tons, and also just in the amount of waste that has to be collected and or recycled, processed or whatever, 67 tons of waste that just doesn't have to be dealt with. And not only that, our 2,000 householders, our tap heroes here in Malta, they're saving €1 million a year between them, based on the average consumption of tap water and what they would have used in bottles before. So first of all, let's have a quick reminder of what would you be giving up if you no longer used plastic bottles for drinking water. Well, the first thing is microplastics. Microplastics is a bit of a new subject that people are now talking about. There's lots of research going into plastic, microplastics. Microplastics are basically very small bits of plastic that come off all the plastic that we deal with on our daily lives, and you find it in the water system, in the food system, and all sorts of things. And it kind of stands to reason that there would be bits of plastic inside a water bottle that is made of plastic. So you're not going to be having any microplastics in your filtered tap water, but there is microplastics in tap water. In fact, we know research has shown that it's in our system as far as water and food is concerned. So the other thing that you won't be missing with plastic bottles is things like you won't have to carry them around. If you look at a little filter like this, this little filter here is 300 litres of good drinking water. Now that's 150 2-litre packs of bottles, which is a lot of plastic bottles to lift, and you won't have to do any of that if you change away from plastic bottles and you start using a water filter. So it's much easier, it's much more convenient to use a water filter than lug all those plastic bottles around. And of course, we've got BCRS coming in soon, which is the Beverage Container Recycling Scheme, which not only means you have to pay tax on every single bottle that you use, but you also have to take it back to a machine in order to get your tax back. It's kind of like a deposit tax. What about independent tests? Well, tap water, the water filters that we have been independently tested, and the results are on the website, so you can always look at those. Tap water is highly regulated in Malta, and the Water Services Corporation, they have lots of tests, and you can read about those on the website. Bottled water companies, well, not so much. They do have to test, but they don't have to publish their results. So you can absolutely rely on the independent test results that have been done on both tap water and the water filters, but you just don't get that with bottled water. And we should mention that bottled water is awful for the environment. Plastic is a very polluting item. It's not really recyclable. Recyclable is a sort of myth as far as plastic bottles is concerned. You might be able to recycle it once or twice, but they don't really get recycled. Something else happens to them, and we're really never too sure what, are we? Most people ask me, well, if I'm going to change away from my nice bottled water, I want a guarantee of the taste. Well, we give you that. Try tap water. Try it in your home for 45 days. If you don't like it, return it. Now, we wouldn't be able to do that unless we were confident. In fact, 95% of people keep their tap. We launched in 2020, in June 2020, and we know 95% of people keep their tap. So some people don't like it. That's fair enough. Can't please everyone, but 95% of people do. So there's an absolute guarantee there. Right, let's talk about plastic bottles. Okay, so apart from the fact that they last for 450 years and they don't really get recycled, I was just looking at the comment. Thank you, Miriam. Taste guaranteed and very satisfied. Thank you very much for that. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Do pop in and say hello. If you're online, please do ask any comments. I forgot to say that right at the very beginning. Ask any questions. Just comment either on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter or LinkedIn, and that's great. So plastic bottle facts. How much do they cost? Well, we're going to use the figure of €3 for 6 2-litre bottles. Okay, now you might get them free from the supermarket for your points, but we're going to come to that in a minute. So 3 litres for 6 bottles, and that's the figure we're going to use. Now, the EcoPro facts, this is the EcoPro. I'm going to show you this in a minute. I'm going to put it on the tap right here, but this is the EcoPro right here. This is the EcoPro Compact. Now, the facts about that, there is no plastic casing for the refills, which is great. All you do to change the refill is you just undo this bit. Gosh, that makes a noise, doesn't it? I should use some coconut oil on that. And then you just drop the filter out of here, and then you can change it. So it's been independently tested. It filters over 100 different contaminants, and it saves you money. Now, how much does it cost? Well, €89 for 12 filters. That's 12 of these. And these 12 filters will give you 3,600 litres of water. Now, that's a lot of water. So how does this compare when you look at the, how does it, ooh. I'm sorry about that. My mouse has just died. So let me go on to the next slide. How does this compare when you look at the tap water? Okay, so with plastic bottles, if 6 bottles are 12 litres for €3, it's actually 25 cents a litre. And if 12 refills for tap water are 3,600 litres for €89, that's actually 0.025%. So therefore, bottled water is 10 times more expensive than tap water. 10 times more expensive. So that's a bit like buying a loaf of bread for €10. Would you buy one of our beautiful Maltese loaves of bread for €10? Well, probably not. But that's really what you're doing when you buy just a basic thing like plastic bottled water. You're paying 10 times too much for it. So what about if we did the maths and said, well, okay, I use my plastic bottles for drinking water, but I don't drink a lot of water. You know, when is it worth changing? Well, if it's €3 for plastic bottles and it's €89 for refills, essentially, once you've bought 30 packs in a year, you'd be better off with these. You'd be better off with water filters than you would tap water, than you would plastic bottles. 30 packs a year, that's about, well, that's just over half a pack every week, isn't it? So if you use more than half a pack a week, you're probably going to be better off on tap water. Now, we know that in Malta we have a point system when you go to the supermarket and you get your free water. But is it really free? Well, what happens is if you spend €30, you get 200 points. Now, I'm using an example of a major supermarket chain. Most supermarkets try and sort of compete with each other, so they're roughly about the same. So 200 points is what you get when you spend €30. So you can also swap your 200 points for 1 6-pack of water. But they also allow you to swap your points for actual money. And for 648 points, they give you €5 to spend in store. So that means 1 6-pack of water is actually worth €1.47. So instead of having your pack of water, you could just go and spend €1.47 on something that you actually needed in the store. So what does this mean? Well, if you use about 1 pack a week of free water, not if you buy it at €3 a time, but if you used it free, that means it's 624 litres that you would have, and that the points value of that is about 76.44. So you'd be able to spend 76.44 in the store, and you would pay 89 euros for your 12 filters. Your 12 filters come in a box like this. This is actually 6, so you get 2 boxes of that, and that would cost you 89 euros. So you'd be 12 euros down. Okay, but you would have 3,600 litres of water rather than the 624 you get free. So you'd be able to use it for washing your fruit and vegetables, pets, plants, all that kind of stuff as well. Now, I won't go through all these figures here, but basically, more packs of water that you would have had free and you don't, you use your points and spend it, you're better off. Say 2 packs a week, 63.88, 3 packs a week, 140 euros, 4 packs a week, 216, and 5 packs a week, a whopping 293 euros better off by using the tap water filter. And I use 5 as the maximum because at 5 packs of water a week, that's about the same as 3,600 litres out of your filters. So the independent test results, all the chlorine has been removed, the bacteria, the hardness of has been removed, the hardness of the water it's softer. These things, the THMs, these are what we don't like in water at all. They're not very good for you. There've been some health concerns over them, and they are made by the chlorination system. So chlorine reacts, and we're not made by the chlorination system. Chlorine reacts with other things. And then you get these chemicals inside the water, and you can't help it happening. Now, you want to reduce this as much as possible, and in fact, they are very much reduced, almost eliminated with tap water filters. These are undetectable levels, like less than 1 microns per litre is an undetectable. So lead, chlorine, nickel, copper, magnesium, zinc, fluorine, lithium, and your nitrates. And people are quite often in Malta, they ask me about the salt because we have reverse osmosis water. You're getting about 27.2 milligrams a litre post-filtration. So after filtration, about 27 milligrams a litre. That's well within the safety range for babies, plants, animals, and adult humans as well. Okay, so that's the end of all the data and the figures. Basically, you save money with tap water. That's the thing. And it's quite nice, really, knowing that not only is it a sustainable action you can take that is really good for the environment, and we all know that climate change is happening now, but you can actually save money and have less hassle as well. So it's a green change you can make that really benefits the planet and also benefits your wallet as well. So we're going to have a look at the EcoPro Compact. And the first thing I want to do is show you how easy it is to attach the tap. So this is a normal standard kitchen tap that you would see quite often in Malta. And it's got one of these things in at the end. This is an aerator. If you can't undo your aerator, we have these things. These are aerator keys. And this is the key. You just fit it on like that and then turn it a couple of times and your aerator comes out. If it's a bit stuck, you can use things like coconut oil. If you have to, you can use WD-40, but coconut oil also works really well. And then there's a little adapter here, and you pop that in. Now, not all taps have an aerator with the threads on the outside like this. Some will have threads on the inside. That's okay. If it's threads on the inside, the tap will properly attach directly to it. If it's threads on the outside, then you need this little adapter. But as you can see, it's pretty easy. And this is the first part of the tap. So this just screws on like this. Ready? And then this is the water filter. So it is actually the smallest water filter in Malta. It's the smallest water filter available in Malta at the moment. These filters last 300 litres. So 300 litres. As a couple, we change our water filter every 2 months. More than 2 people, you'll probably change it every month. And it's possible that someone living on their own, you change it every 3 months. The filters must not be used for longer than 3 months. And that's because you don't want bacteria to build up. So you always want the water to be flowing. So don't leave it, if you leave it for a couple of days because you've gone away or whatever like that, just run the water through it first. and then and don't use them for longer than 3 months. So this is your filter. It's really easy to change them. It's a plastic casing here. This plastic casing lasts the life of the whole unit. So when you throw your filter away, and we do have to throw it away in the black bag currently in Malta because it's a mixed waste. When you throw it away, then you're not throwing away any plastic. You're just throwing away a degradable mixed waste filter. So then we attach it in here. We twist it like this, and basically when you switch on your tap, filtered water will come through here when you switch this, and then unfiltered water will come through here. So switch it on for filtered water, and then switch it off for unfiltered water here. And that's it. It's as simple as that to fit. These are what goes inside. This is the water filter. And if you can see, let me just point it sort of towards there, that way. You can see that one's gone a little brown because that one has been used for a while. And then this is what's actually inside. So inside the filter is an activated carbon block. So this is a solid activated carbon block. This is the bigger version of the same thing. This is a fascinating material. It's 2 microns porosity, which means it's got holes 2 microns. As things are passing through, anything that's bigger than 2 microns is taken out. And also it's got adsorption properties, which means things stick to the surface. This has got a very, very big surface area for the weight of the product. So things like heavy metals, for instance, will stick to the outside, which is why you see the filters go a different color. So really that's how to change the filter. That's what the filters are, and we, as I say, we change them every 3 months. So this is how it comes in the box. This is the box. So it's nice and small. You get one of these, and you can also buy the filters at the same time. These are the filters in the box. This is 6. You need either 6 or 12. Sometimes some people will need 4, but either 4, 6 or 12 a year. So 12 filters are 89 euros, 6 filters are 49 euros, and 4 are 39 euros. So it depends really on your capacity. That's about it. I would like to ask if you've got any questions. If so, please put them in the comment box. So far, I've not seen any, but I am grateful that you are here tonight. We're going to be doing some weekly sessions like this, and you're invited to come weekly and also ask any questions you want to. I would like to tell you that there is going to be a discount voucher. So there's a discount voucher, which is SAV25, save 25. That saves you 25 euros off the EcoPro Compact, and it's going to last until midnight on the 30th of April. And that's on our website, www.tappwater.mt. If you want to, you can also order by SMS or WhatsApp. So on that number there, 99866 and you can also order by email. Let me put that on the system as well, hello@tappwater.mt. So this code gives you 25 euros off, and that's until midnight on the 30th of April, which includes the Green Fair, Earth Day Green Fair, which is happening at Maestral Park, the veg box at the Farmery, which is just at the entrance to Maestral Park. And we're going to be there for the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. I hope you will come and say hello if you're an existing customer, or if you're just interested in finding out a little bit more, do come and say hello. So let me just show you that WhatsApp number again, 99866 and the email address, or back on our website at www.tappwater.mt. So finally, the giveaway. All you need to do is, not quite yet. There you go. All you need to do is type in TAPTalk4, hashtag TAPTalk4 in the comment box, and then you'll be entered into the prize draw. And I'll just let you do that for a few minutes, and And then we can pull the prize draw. What are we going? Oh, that's good. But what are we going to have as a prize? Yes, sorry, I forgot about that. One of these. This is one of the new bottles. So this is the sky blue one. This is one of the new bottles. It's a stainless steel bottle, which is a vacuum flask, and keeps your hot water, your liquids either cold or hot, depending on what you put in them. And that's also available on the online store. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And it's great to be talking to you tonight, and look forward to doing another session next week. Thank you and good night.